Imagine walking into a grocery store stocked with shelves of food nobody wants. The aisles are full of fake meat patties and cricket protein bars, but no one's buying them. This isn't just bad luck for these industries. It's a symptom of a bigger problem: prioritizing production over demand. It's a flaw often seen in planned economies, where the focus is on meeting quotas rather than addressing what people truly need or want. In their rush to tackle global food challenges, industries like fake meat and bug farming have ignored one simple truth: if consumers don't want it, it won't sell. Let's explore how these industries have fallen into the same traps as planned economies by producing products for a market that doesn't exist. In planned economies, governments decide what gets produced, how much is made, and even set the price, often with little regard for actual market demand. This top-down approach frequently results in overproduction of goods that people don't want and shortages of what they do. The same dynamic is playing out in the fake meat and bug farming industries. They've identified global challenges, like feeding a growing population sustainably, and launched massive production efforts. But instead of asking what consumers want to eat, they've focused on making as much product as possible. They assume that if they produce enough, demand will follow. Yet history and economics tell us this rarely works. Take fake meat, for example. Companies like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods entered the market with bold claims about reducing meat consumption and saving the planet. But after an initial wave of curiosity, sales have plummeted. The reasons are clear. Many consumers find the taste unappealing, doubt the health claims, or balk at the high prices compared to traditional meat. Similarly, bug farming has been positioned as the protein source of the future. But despite the environmental arguments, the idea of eating bugs hasn't caught on in most cultures. People aren't lining up to swap their burgers for cricket patties, no matter how sustainable they may be. In both cases, production has vastly outpaced demand, echoing the inefficiencies of planned economies. A hallmark of planned economies is their emphasis on production quotas. Success is measured by meeting output targets, not by whether anyone wants what's being produced. This same mindset has taken hold in the fake meat and bug industries. Their focus is on scaling up production to demonstrate their viability as solutions to environmental problems. But food is deeply personal. People eat based on taste, cultural norms, and values, not quotas. Fake meat faces skepticism over its highly processed nature, while bug farming struggles with the reality that eating insects is far from appealing to the average consumer. These industries are producing for an idealized market, rather than addressing the actual preferences of real people. The disconnect between these industries and consumer preferences is stark. In planned economies, products are often made for the sake of production, not to meet demand, leading to inefficiency and waste. The same is true for fake meat and bug farming. They assume consumers will eventually embrace these products, but they fail to account for critical factors like taste, price, and cultural acceptance. People still prioritize these factors over abstract benefits like sustainability. Without genuine demand for insect burgers or lab-grown steaks, these products are destined to gather dust on store shelves. At the heart of the issue is a fundamental misunderstanding of what drives food choices. Fake meat and bug farming assume that consumers will prioritize environmental concerns over their own preferences. But in reality, most people base their food decisions on taste, affordability, and nutritional value. Being eco-friendly isn't enough to make up for a product that feels unappetizing or unfamiliar. Additionally, many consumers are growing wary of the processing and additives involved in creating fake meat, which runs counter to the desire for natural, wholesome foods. Meanwhile, bug farming faces cultural resistance, as insects are often seen as a last resort for food, not a culinary choice. In contrast to these struggling industries, livestock and dairy farming remain successful because they align with consumer preferences and market realities. Meat, milk, and eggs have been staples in cultures worldwide for generations, providing the protein, fat, and nutrition that people rely on. These foods are familiar, appealing, and easy to integrate into daily life. Moreover, livestock farming isn't as environmentally harmful as critics claim. Practices like rotational grazing and regenerative agriculture demonstrate how livestock can be raised sustainably, working in harmony with nature rather than against it. Most importantly, people genuinely enjoy these foods, ensuring steady demand that fake meat and bugs can't replicate. The failure of fake meat and bug farming industries highlights the danger of prioritizing production over demand. Like planned economies, these industries are focusing on creating supply without ensuring there's a market for their products. Ultimately, successful food systems must be driven by what people want, not by quotas or ideals. To create a sustainable future, we need to focus on solutions that meet consumer needs, such as sustainable livestock and dairy farming. These options work with cultural norms and natural ecosystems, providing nutritious food in ways that people already accept and enjoy. The next time you hear someone touting fake meat or bug farming as the future of food, consider this. The real solution might already be on your plate. Livestock and dairy have been feeding the world for centuries, and with modern sustainable practices, they can continue to do so without the inefficiencies of forced alternatives. Instead of filling shelves with products no one wants, let's invest in food systems that respect consumer preferences and truly align with market realities. In the end, it's not about producing more, it's about producing smarter.